The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman on the 16th day of August. My pleasure to be here. This is a rocket ship day. Dow's up 400 points at 25,561. S&P's up 29 at 2848. The comp index is lagging. It's up 71 at 7845. The VIX index is plunged back into the 12s. Look at the Dow itself. This is a very interesting aspect. As we're looking at the Dow, it's broken what would have been resistance. In one day, it's filled a huge gap, the gap that was down from right there. From the 9th of August, the low was 25,492. Next day, it gaps down. 25,401 is the high. Trading right now at 25,558. This is really important for a couple of reasons. If you look at the weekly chart, the Dow made its all-time high, 26th of January at 26,616. Pulls back very sharply to the 23,300s over a period of a couple of months, weeks, just 2 months. And then what happens is on April the 4th, it makes a low of 23,344. And it rallies up and it goes towards the resistance area. Now, why do I say that this is so important? We have used, I'm going to just move this away for a moment. We'll get back to that in a second. I have still not been able to put a down arrow in the monthly chart of the Dow to go, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th month. New recovery high right there. To go 7 months in a monthly chart at a peak E and not be able to put in a down arrow. Why? Because we were so close with the MACD. It has not crossed negative. It's flat, slightly higher. It's been like that for about 2.5 months. The stochastic still only at 67%. What's with the voice? So as I'm looking at this, I'm saying today's news with Walmart is so timely for the Dow because you can see what happened. That arch formation that I was talking about yesterday, is this going to be every day that I have this voice that suddenly starts cracking? I don't know. Where it went in this later move to the downside to a leg B to the 24,965 level. And that's very interesting. 20,965. So it goes to that 20,964. Let me put that in correctly. And was just very close to having a little bit of a bounce today, because do you remember yesterday I said that my Chapman wave chin gauge had flashed a signal to say there should be a 9 to 11 point rally in the E-mini futures within 2 days. And if it happens overnight, that should impact the Dow positively. So Walmart is part of the Dow. Not only has it done very successfully challenged what Amazon had done very quietly in its own way, it has come up with really good earnings, a very good outlook, and in a sense, it's married two areas that Amazon hasn't done yet. It's married the brick and mortar to the internet. So if we go to Walmart, I want to take a little time here because I have to explain something. Because you remember I was looking at that weekly chart of the Dow, and that weekly chart of the Dow said taken a lot of time. You've gone to leg E within that confine of 25,800 on the high side, which it hadn't reached, and 25,300s on the downside, 24,300s on the downside. Used up a lot of time. This was the opportunity for the Dow to pull back. And in microcosm, you looked at what was happening in macrocosm to the monthly chart. Let me see if I can get this working. All right. To the monthly chart. So that says that because of Walmart, it's not just Walmart, there's one or two other Dow stocks. It's very singular, but really important. Why? Because look at Walmart's action. Look at this gap from the 90 area to 99 to hit 100, 100.21, high of the day, leg E, gap up leg E. But really, what a huge move. Look at the weekly chart. Look at this beautiful cup formation. Look at the monthly chart. So Walmart between here and 102 could bump into a lot of resistance, but it still says that it could hold very well on any pullback. Now, why am I making a big deal about this? For three reasons. One is, in essence, what I had spoken about for quite a while here was this bifurcated market was telling us that we, in many cases, if there was strength enough in stocks that were weighted or at least could be measured to be strong enough to constantly ameliorate any downside action, we'd be looking at time rather than price. That's number one. Number two, in the chart formations that are formed, if you look at the QQ, up only $1.67, up 0.93%. The Dow's at 0.165 and the S&P's up 0.11. And look at the chart formation. The NASDAQ, the QQQs are actually, this is very poor action. Technicals are weak. The Dow hasn't even gone to the down, this little downtrend line at 181.20. It could still do it. I'm just saying it hasn't done it yet. Weekly chart making a little double top with the MACD okay and the stochastic at 86 good, but I want to see price movement. So this says to me, now I can start talking about something in a relationship that says with the Dow, it doesn't matter why, it's the price. With the Dow having moved up so sharply, so quickly, even if it gives back to come from the 25,583 level, you can imagine the kind of news, the negative news that would have to unfold. It would have to be another thing with the tariffs, another thing. It's just a whole series of events to knock it down below 29,800. So you've got time now on your side in the Dow. It doesn't mean to say we have to now break out and all of a sudden we're looking at 27,000. It does say that we've ameliorated some of the damage to the downside, that without Walmart, we probably would have made lower lows and lower highs. Now you've got a cushion that we can recognize in price. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Editions Hour, Basil 418.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, everyone, we're back. So, yeah, you remember yesterday at this time I was saying, hey, wait a minute, I got an email from Al who said he's covered all his shorts and he's going along. And I said, wow. And I got an email today saying, the bears get blown right out of the water at the open. The market is so random. It is a roll of the dice. I just covered all short and went Wednesday by luck and went long at the open by luck. There was no skill in the trade at all. And I wake up and Walmart up huge and Dow soaring. Thanks. So congratulations, Al. I mean, it does. You say luck. I suspect that there was something going on because you've been timing the turns beautifully. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is fantastic. So I'm looking at the Russell 2000. Remember I said there's this Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone right there? Well, we haven't gotten above even the first line of 168.77 at 168.13 up to. So this is very selective, but it's really important because why? Remember I spoke yesterday about the retail? I said the retail, the RTH, all-time high. Today it spikes up again. Yesterday was an all-time high, 106.23. Today the high is 108.65. All-time high, leg D in the weekly chart, leg E in the monthly chart. The XRT. XRT is the S&P retail. That's up 1.37 right now. It spiked higher, leg E in the weekly, leg D in the monthly, and leg E, but it hasn't gone above. So obviously RTH must have Walmart and the Spider S&P retail. I don't see Walmart here, and it's trading just up 26 cents. This is the way I'm looking at the market, and I'm saying bifurcated, yes, and very sector, stock specific in many ways. Questions in the den about Merck. Merck is a Dow stock, up 1.03, 68.40 all-time high, leg C in the daily, leg D in the weekly, broke out in the monthly chart after a really negative high that was made in 2017 in the 66s, goes down to the 53 level. Now it's up 15 points from that level in just a few months at 68.41 all-time high. Pfizer, same thing, PFE. and yet within the Dow, there's still some real big laggards. Look at this. Pfizer is not acting like Merck. Merck is a real star here. Pfizer's kind of stuck at this peak B. Looks like it could normally go to the 41.70s, maybe touch 42. Weekly chart still very strong. Monthly chart is in leg E. So it's stock specific, even within sectors. Now, a couple of the things that I want you to talk about is the S&P trading right now up 31.71 at 28.50. Hasn't taken out the high of 28.62.44 from the 7th. But this pattern here, Chapman wave falling axe formation right here. Look at this, declining highs and sharply declining lows. If there's a breakout to the upside, that's usually very positive. So far, this is acting very, very well. Wasn't acting well yesterday. It was trading at 28.02, I think, yeah, 28.02.49. Now it's at 28.50. And that's still peak E, leg E in the weekly chart. We've got until tomorrow at 4 o'clock to break above 28.62.44. And that'll start to, that will be an extension of leg E and start to target the 28.72's all-time high in the S&P. What's going to take the market down now? So this means that people are going to be more and more afraid to be shorting because, I mean, look at this. Walmart was trading pretty poorly over the last couple of days. Look at this. It made this all-time high back in, was that February? I think February, the first week. Yeah, first week of February at 109.98. It plummets down to 81. I would say that that's a pretty darn big retracement. So yesterday it's trading at 90, and today's at 100, 99.41. So the speed with which this happens is very important. Now, when I look at the different sectors, this is where I want to go through. I say to subscribers, there's a chance that gold better take this opportunity because to rally. Because remember yesterday I was talking about the weekly chart, that arch formation, Chapman wave, left side, right side price, time match takes you to last week to test 1170.10. So this week we went to 1167.10. So it's a week late. It's holding above the 1170 level, but the stochastic at 8% and flat is really negative. You can stay flat, not you, the S&P can stay flat for a long time, and the MACD is still negative. So I said that this is the opportunity for gold. If it's going to do it, it better do it real soon, because otherwise it's going to lose any possibility of momentum build. And the reason being that if it did start a big rally now, this is the exact moment where the dollar, which is down 14 cents, is making a peak D. MACD is very strong. Stochastic is holding steady at 92%. I love that. But this would have been the opportunity that if gold started to break out, it would be saying something to do with currencies is happening that's going to impact the dollar negatively. And then you would see the stochastic go to 85%, and then under 80%, it would do that within about another 5 trading bars. And you'd get right into the middle. Oh, they never did correct that bar. Let me just see if I can do that now. And no. That's going to always be there. So that tail is just, it never happened. A low of 95.16 on the 14th. It was much higher than that. So this is the moment, and it's not yet happening in the dollar. So I'm watching that. Dollar's down just 14 cents. Euro, USD, trading at 1.13, up a fraction, coming off a doji candle low. This is the opportunity for the currencies to try to turn the next 3 days. Will they be able to do it? USD JPY has followed the other, has been impacted by the dollar instead of going with the dollar, which it had for a while this year. Now all of a sudden it's trading at 111.08, hit the 200 period exponential moving average, rallying above the 50 period moving average. We'll see. Can the Japanese yen, euro dollar currency pair, Japanese yen dollar currency pair break above 111.75 in the next 3 days? That'll be good action. If it can't, it retests 110.10. That'll be the 200-period moving average. So that's that. And high-grade copper, is that balancing today? Not a little, but I wouldn't call it. Yeah, it's a balance. 2.62, very ugly candle from yesterday. Trough E, a leg E in the weekly chart. Here again, copper, gold, silver, they better move because this is the week going into next week. Because if they can't do it now, the dollar's going to get even stronger. Crude oil right now is trading at CL, trading at up 36 cents. Yeah, like the others, trying to have a little bit of a bounce here. We'll see what happens. It's got 66 resistance, 66.64 resistance to 67.85. Moving average resistance in the weekly chart. It better hold, otherwise that 63.50 area, the 200-period moving average on the daily is going to become a target. So Dow's up 417, S&P's up 30. I want to go into a couple of other things in a little bit more detail as soon as I get back. A lot of questions flowing in. Does this change the trend? That's a question I'm going to try to answer when I get back.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
So we've got Walmart up 9 at 99.45. We've got Boeing. A lot of questions came in. Yes, Boeing's having spectacular up 13, but it's way under the previous all-time high that was made right there at 360. I typed it all in. Should have been right there. Oh, there it is. At 374.48, the open round number 372 high, and on the 7th of June, and it comes down. Yeah, there are a couple of things that are going on. It goes down to the 327 level, June the 28th. Then it rallies back to 364 on the 27th of July, and it comes back down to yesterday's low of 328. Now it's trading at 344. So the question that something I've discussed a lot of times when I've spoken about these particular patterns is, within the context, let's just take Boeing. Remember, this is a U-shaped pattern, double top pattern, and I said that the rule of thumb in the Chapman methodology is if that fails on the right side in a cup formation. I call it a drop bucket, because what happens is if it closes 1/3 to 1/2 lower, there's just a really good chance that it's going to touch the cup low, in this case 311. Well, it was on its way to do that. Now it's having a really big push to the upside, 11 points, but the technicals are still very weak at this particular time. So it's going to have to be followed through. It can't be a one-day wonder that we've got Walmart and everything just, short covering plus new buying, etc. It can't just be that. It's got to be, and one of the reasons why, it's very interesting. So for subscribers, we are still short. I believe I don't want to talk out of turn. I believe we are still short. Yes, we are still short the Dow via the DOG, and short the Dow itself. So, and I need to just double check that while I'm speaking about it like this. So I have a stop, 256. Yep, still short because we were able to time it really nicely. And that's the big thing about timing. If you get it right on the cusp of the turn, either up or down, it gives you this room. It gives you a little breathing room to say, hey, if I'm wrong, at worst, I'll get taken out with maybe the tiniest little bit of a loss or maybe even a gain, but I'm not really sacrificing a lot. And then I wanted to add to the different instruments at certain levels. Now, look, Boeing is up 11, but wait a minute. Intel, pretty major part of the semiconductor industry, is down 9 cents at 47.37, made a peak G in the weekly chart, made a peak E in the monthly chart. And I have to tell you, this SMHs are still lagging. 104.16 up 41 cents. Woohoo. I mean, this is very interesting because the selectivity says that the semiconductors led the market up and down for the past few years. Every time there was a correction, you would see it first in the semis. Every time there was a retracement to the upside, semis led, and all of a sudden they're not participating. And that says to me, still consider that we're in a very choppy sideways move. But what I am saying is that because of Walmart lifting the Dow so high with the help of Boeing, because price is price, Cisco is up as well, 140.43. Caterpillar is up 373 at 135.75. Merck, as I showed you, is up $1.17. Apple. So Apple needed to make it a leg D. Remember, I've been talking about this for a few days now. Apple needs to make its fourth highest peak D. And today it is trading at 213.19 in leg D. So as I'm looking at Apple, I'm saying, I don't see anything to say major turn down. I'm seeing a lot that says a little overbought, could pull back, but so far, everything is on track very nicely, leg D in the monthly. A monthly gap to the upside, very rare to see, but that's just happenstance. That doesn't really say very much. It just visually looks beautiful, but it just was coincidence. That was the first day of the month. Leg E in the weekly chart, as I don't think it's recycled. And this is leg D in the daily. Stochastics at 93%. So as I'm looking at this, I've got to go step by step, and I've got to constantly say XLF. This is a question I had a couple of people ask. Where is the XLF? Well, the XLF is up 39 cents at 28.13. It's still underneath the 28.56 high, way underneath the 30.33 high of January. And it is, I shouldn't say way. 2 points is not way, but it's 10%. That's a way. So yeah, we haven't got participation all over the show. What about Goldman Sachs? Up $3. Whoopee. I don't think that's very good action. So this continues to be very selective. This is a one-day phenomenon, but price is price, and therefore, if you go to the XLI, this is just the industrials now, up 91 cents at 1.22. Weekly chart is saying ho-hum, nothing to see here. So I wanted to just put it in perspective. I didn't want to get very excited and say, hey, oh my God, oh my God. I've constantly said we're only going to be shorting what I see as fit to be shorted, very selectively. We still have long positions. A question about Caterpillar. Look, Caterpillar's up $3.61 at 156.63. Still a lousy looking weekly chart, even the monthly. But this might start something a little more serious. We'll see. UTX, United Technologies, we still have a long position, trading up 99 cents. I'll say it again. Loopy. I mean, this is not great action. So I'm saying it's very selective. We cannot be carried away. Just constantly be, like we're doing, focus on what's working, what's not working, what you would like to buy. You'd very much like to buy a particular stock, not acting all that well right now. Or let's just say you missed Amazon, right? Oh, you'll love Amazon. It's the place to be for not just now, but the future. I've got this, remember I said I can't count it any other way. This has to be a B. It's probably going to try to make a C and a D over the coming week or two. I made an all-time high at 8 on the 13th at 19. What was that? A very interesting number. 19, what did I say, 25? Round number high, but I think that could be taken out. But it's not acting particularly well right now. 1% up 19 at 1901. Fantastic chart, fantastic company. But all of a sudden, I think you're looking at a little bit of tiredness, and I would not be surprised if Amazon starts to pull back. So be very selective. If you love certain stocks, you might miss the move right now. But that's not the issue. The issue is have your little party list ready. These are the stocks that I want. Name a price, have a reasonable price, then name a kind of an outlandish price, and see which one you get. Maybe you'll get the first one, but never ever get the outlandish one. I still see signs that at any point we could have a 800 to 1,000 point decline. It might just be another one of those one-day wonders. Be prepared. That's just the most important thing that I can say right now. I haven't looked at the TLT. We'll do that as we go to the break. TLT is down only 33 cents. Made a peak C up at the 200-period moving average resistance. I'll talk about it when we get back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. Basil 401.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Walmart, just one stock, has changed your entire short-term outlook. Let me just try. I have trouble here. I'm going to say this. I've said it over and over and over again. There are factors that I look for in the market. Sometimes it's price. Sometimes it's time. In a bear phase, you cannot have double-digit futures open, rallies that fail closing at closing at the low of the day, and then the next day a big move up. You have to have that as a sequence of events with a whole bunch of factors going on at the same time. What I've said, and one of the reasons why we have not gone huge to the short side, and I've made it very specific, we're only going to short at specific levels, is because I said it looks, I even discussed it the other day. I said, look at this chart. I'll go back to the Dow chart. And what I said is, you went sharply higher, and look how much time in the arch formation it's taken us to take out this low that was made on the 23rd of July at 24,983. And that was using time. All you need in the sequence of events is that on the way down, you have a concurrent factors, as you've got right now, where just a handful of really important Dow stocks, in this case it's the Dow, you just saw, I showed you the RTH and the XRT, the difference in the two sectors, because one obviously probably doesn't have Walmart. What can happen? And I even spoke, I remember even waving my hands yesterday. I said, if there are just enough stocks to hold the market up to use up time rather than price, keep that in mind. Well, today we just used up price, which means to go from 25,547 to a lower low below 29,964, I don't know what the news is going to have to be, but it's got tremendous support now at different levels. That means you're using it, unless tomorrow there is the equivalent to the downside. So we are down 400 points, and these days that can happen, I'm just saying. That'll be speed, and that'll say, oh my, now the weekly chart is going to accelerate lower. But if we just go sideways for a little while with drips of lower lows and lower highs, that's saying, yes, I still see tests of lower levels. But what you've done is that this is a price movement. It might be an aberration in terms of timing, and I didn't hear anyone say anything about Walmart being up so sharply because of everything coming right. So it's not that I'm surprised. I'm just surprised at the speed and power of this particular candle right now in the Dow. And that's saying, consider that you've now raised the base of support. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to make it even clearer than that, but I'll make it as clear as I can. I'll give you levels. If in a week's time, a week from today, we haven't even come back and taken out the 29,964 low that was made, but instead we've gone above 25,692. That's very positive action. There's nothing else I can say. That would be the chart. That would be say, hey, we've made that rectangle in the weekly chart. We're above it. The S&P is already above it. That's very good. My suspicion is we'll continue this rotational correction, and that the Qs could start to pull back. Maybe finally Apple starts to pull back, whatever it is, and that we will see that there is time being used rather than price. I think that's about as clear as I can make it. Now, when we're looking at the different stocks I was asked about, let's look at the IYT. Let's look at the transportation index. Transportation index just squeaked to a new recovery high, and that says that at 201.75, we are now 5 points below the 206.73 all-time high, made a peak E. This is the same rectangle formation, and the weekly chart is not yet broken down, even though this is now still leg D, but it hasn't started a pullback. So the IYT is not confirmed a Dow all-time high, because the Dow has not made an all-time high. Neither is the transportation ETF made an all-time high, but this is something that we have to watch. So on the downside, any move below 197, it's at 201.75 right now, in the next week and a half would be very negative. Well, I should say negative. I don't know about very negative, be negative. And any push into the 202.60 to 203.10 level would be very positive on the shorter term basis. Let's look at the IYC, which is, here we go, IYC trading at iShares US Consumer Services, making a new all-time high, leg A, leg B. Yeah, so this is good. This is leg E in the weekly chart, getting a little bit, yeah, at 88% in the stochastic. That's good. So this is a good sign. US Consumer Services ETF at 203.23, up 2.39. Let's look at oil, OIH. Let's look at the OIH. This is the oil right here. United States, this is the Vectors Oil Services, pulling back very sharply with the other commodities. Let's look at the TRCCI. TRCCI, 397.85, down sharply. Commodity indexes, the Thomson Reuters equal weighted commodity fund, not looking very good right now. This is that makes it tough. So now we're going to look at question I had. Where was it? I did that. Oh, so yes, UTX. Remember I said that we were still long UTX, holding very nicely. It's not great, but it's underneath the previous high. Not acting since that peak B as well as I would expect it to, but it's holding okay. And Triple M, which is also a very important Dow stock for me, acting up 138, acting okay. It's just kind of bouncing here, but the weekly chart is still very negative. I'm saying to you, this is very selective. Now, go back to the question. I think it's a good question to say, are you telling me that one stock can change everything? Think about this. There was talk for years, not just weeks or this year, but years. How would Amazon be challenged? So that takes you to the answer. And the answer is it would be challenged by a really big company that has the resources, that's able to take the internal damage for a little period, or it might be a longer period, But when it comes out with results, those results have to be spectacular across the bricks and mortar, the whole retail, the whole stores. This is container. These are stores. And it also has to be really important about looking at how will it impact Amazon, because that's really where it's going. And that's a big deal. That is a big deal. I'll be back with a question from Will in Singapore about gold. I'll be right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of The Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
So just a real quick question, and we're going to go to the question about gold, but I had, Basil, I was short the S&P over the past week, but closing yesterday night of your thoughts and a couple of other analysts that I follow, which are expecting a positive bounce. I'm looking to go short again at the close tomorrow. I believe the stock market is likely heading lower into early October. The semiconductors look weak, and I'm curious if you have a target to potentially go short. Thank you, as always, Rob. So, Rob, I'll go through that in my newsletter today, but I'm looking at Apple, I'm looking at Cintas. I think there's a chance that we could just hang around at the highs, these highs, for another day or two, and then we've got to look to see what kind of pullback we would get. But absolutely, the SMHs are telling me that that's at least one sector that we'll see what happens with the earnings tonight in terms of NVIDIA. Okay, so gold. If you look at the GLD is pulled back, but the gap's down, and the close, if there's a close today underneath the left side low, That's very important because in my work, you've got 2 bars, that'll be 2 weeks, in which to close above 107 round number low that was made, I think it was December of 2016. So this is going to be very important in the arch formation. The MACD is still lousy. The stochastic is at 5% and holding flat. If it was 5% and bounced in 1 week up to 17%, I say that's fantastic. But staying around the 5, it's like when the price holds at 96%, and I say a flat stochastic at 96% is really bullish. So let's just keep that in mind. I just see anything other than a bounce, but I am beginning to think that we could get the kind of sell-off that's called my internal low and the residual low. And I'm going to do a little work on that. Was that 107 low in December of 2016 an internal low? Now we're going to get the residual low, or are we now just going to get another internal low? All I can say is that I would start looking at certain gold stocks, the ones that have held up the best, and that's what I'd be doing. Just make a little list. They might be only trades. They could give you fabulous percentage gains if they do take off in the next 3 days or 4 days. Just make a list. You don't have to really even buy them. Be ready, though, because I'm looking at this and I'm saying, we're in the area where gold could have a little, the dollar could have a little pullback, gold could bounce. So have a great day. Stay tuned. You've got Steve, you've got Dave, you've got Tom. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out my opening
No matter
call.
what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.